All right, I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom. All right, man. Back with another lesson, and this one's going to be titled Famine Is Knocking, right? Because if you guys ain't updated yet, okay, I guess the port strike has begun, which they're not going to be bringing in shipments for a couple of things, right? And they're not giving us a full list of things, But Esau, he can't be trusted, right? He ain't trying to prepare you. Okay, this is the man that creates chaos. This is the man that creates it and then tries to give a false solution, right? And we know that he's you know, trying to bring in that NWO, okay, through the left hand side. But we know that this is all, to fulfill prophecy. All right, but yeah, he wants to catch people off guard. All right, so he's a snake, man. He ain't gonna give you the full picture. Okay, he'll just give you a sprinkle of it, right? Just a blur. He'll show you the picture, right, with smears all over it, so you won't be able to see the detail. Okay, and this is how this man works. All right, but we're gonna read this article and get a few scriptures to show you that this is biblical prophecy. All right, and it's just the beginning of the birth pangs, man. All right, it's the beginning of sorrows, you know. And so it reads here, right? This is from CNN. It says, massive port strike begins across America's East Coast, threatening shortages and rising prices. See? So it began. Let me see. This is from today. Came out at 8:07 in the morning, right? So we're going to see when it began. It says nearly 50,000 members of the International Longshoremen's Association are on strike Tuesday against the nation's East and Gulf Coast ports, choking off the flow of many of America's imports and exports in what would become the country's most disruptive work stoppage in decades. All right? You see that? So, choking the flow, that's going to take the breath of America, right, away. Okay? Meaning it's gonna choke that supply. That supply, that the constant flow of our what we need, okay? And it says the strike, which began at midnight, will stop the flow of a wide variety of goods. Okay? See? It says over the docks of almost all cargo ports from Maine to Texas. This includes bananas, European beer, wine, and liquor, along with furniture, clothing, household goods, and European autos, as well as parts needed to keep U.S. factories operating and American workers in those plants on the job, among many other goods. You see that? So they only gave you a few things, but it says among many other goods. All right? And now a lot of factories ain't going to be able to manufacture as well within the America because they're not going to be able to get the parts, okay, to keep their company flowing as well. All right, but Esau's a bastard because you see he'll come and say among many other goods. So at the end when everything else that doesn't come in that wasn't listed in this list, you can't blame them. Oh, well, we said among many other goods, right? Which is going to be like, food as well, because there's a lot of food that gets imported from other countries, right? So it says it could also stop U.S. exports now flowing through those ports, hurting sales for American companies. So you already know there's going to be more inflation, okay? And this could crash the dollar, man. Which could bring in that digital system, you see? So you got to see it for what it is. So if they're not moving, their product, we're going to have to buy it amongst ourselves, right? Which chicken could go up to $20 a pack, right? you know, you might go buy whatever it is, man, water, to go from $2 to now $5. A pack of eggs or whatever else, man. Bleach. How laundry detergent, triple up. Okay, so people, Americans are crazy over what? Over toilet paper and things like that. Now you talking about buying a pack of 8 for $10. Now you might be seeing one for 18 or 25. Which is gonna cause an uproar. Within America. All right. So it says a wide gap remained between the union's demands and the contract offer from the United States Maritime Alliance, which uses the acronym USMX. The Maritime Alliance represents the major shipping lines, all of which are foreign owned, as well as terminal operators and port authorities. So you see, they're not funding them, or meeting the demands that they want on a contract, with these port workers or with the union. You see, and we believe this is all designed, through the left hand side to create this chaos. All right, in the beginning of these sorrows that are going to come to America, right? The uprising of the people. Okay, but this is all biblical prophecy. You see, so we don't know what's ahead. We're just reporting things, and letting you know that we're almost near these times, man. It might not fully go on full scale right now. You know how Esau, he likes to pull strings. He likes to fish. When you fish, and a lot of these Jake out there gonna take the bait. You know what I mean? But what do you do when you fish? If the fish is pulling, you give it a little string. Okay, wheel it back in. Give it a little string. Wheel it back in. You know what I mean? And all he's going to do is catch everybody off guard that's not aware of what's going on, right? And everybody that's not in this truth, okay, is going to get caught off guard. Because Esau going to put them to sleep. Okay, everything going to probably get back to normal. They met a deal. Okay, boom. But then it's going to get worse. Okay? You see? It's just going to keep, he's going to keep doing it gradually, as he always does, man. He does that gradualism, like a snake right before he bites, right? He creeps up on you through the grass, and you don't see it coming. All right, so this is where we at right now. All right, so, we just got to keep our eyes open, keep pushing, right? And keep praying to the Lord and make sure that we're doing right by the Lord, okay? Because these times are going to come, and we're going to need the Lord's protection, okay? Point blank, period. This is the only solution we got. The only escape we got is through the Lord, right? So let's go on. Let's get a few scriptures real quick. I'm not going to make this too long. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 7. Actually, start at 6, right? And it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, okay? And this is what we're hearing through the news now, right? We know that Hezbollah, we know them Israelites, they're going at it over there, okay? America just sent the troops, all right? We haven't got an update on that yet, but we know what's going on, okay? This is it's the beginning of everything, man. And it's, we see the end coming, all right? But it's not quite yet, okay? It's the beginning. Remember, the scripture says, though it tarry, it will not tarry, all right? So we got to stay prepared no matter what, all right? And it says, see that ye be not troubled, okay? And why? We're not going to be troubled, okay? We want this to happen, okay? Because we want to get out of here, you see? It says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Why? Because the end is going to be World War III and them chariots coming through, right? Destroying everything else. Okay? That's going to be the end. The end of who? Esau. Okay? Because once the kingdom is established, there ain't going to be no end to the kingdom being established after the kingdom is established, right? So it says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And that's happening right now. And there shall be famines, you see? There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So we already see that the famines, this could bring in a famine, right? Even though, like I said, this might not be the full scale, famine that the hopeful elect is looking for, but it's going to be scratching the surface, okay? And like I said, Esau said he got a solution until it comes back full blown, right? Full scale, okay? So it says, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, all right? And we're already seen in the news, if you haven't been keeping up, there's been a lot of earthquakes in diverse places, all right? There's been a lot of earthquakes hitting different places, okay? So these are the signs of the times that we're living in, okay? But what does it say? All these are the beginning of sorrows, okay? And what sorrows is that? That's going to be Jacob's trouble, okay? That these churches and these other 50C3 camps ain't telling you about, telling you that Jacob's trouble is not going to come, all right? Never mind the churches. The churches ain't telling you shit about that, okay? They always, everything's positive to them. They ain't telling you about the dangers, all right? Singing that lullaby while they put their hand in your pocket, you see? So this is what's going on right now. That famine is coming. That famine is for sure coming, right? So let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 22, right? It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, right? The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, okay? You see? And those warehouses, man, them ports, them places that are supposed to be getting shipments and, that flow of food and, and all them goods that you need, all them supplies, right? Because what's America about? Supply and demand, okay? And the last thing that the people want to see is storehouses without any food, man, all right? This is going to create the chaos that's coming, okay? People are going to lose their mind, right, without food. Okay, people can't go without food, man. People are out here eating 3-4 meals a day, okay, and still not satisfied, all right? Anxiety got them hitting that fridge every hour. And this is going to raise all types of anxiety. So what you think is going to happen, all right? People are going to lose their mind. People are going to bug out, okay? All out chaos, all right? It's going to come to a point where they're going to want to overthrow the government, okay? Especially these low-level Edomites that have no clue what's going on, right? They're gonna go to their blessing as well, okay? Because all of Esau was blessed with that sword, okay? All these little militias, all right? This is what you saw in that movie, Civil War, man. People are gonna lose their mind, right? They're not gonna care, right? Which brings me to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, start at verse 15. And I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm not gonna make this too long. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, you see? And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, man. Right? And America got more guns than people, man. America, you could find a gun anywhere in America. You can find a gun easier than water at a store in America. Everybody knows where to get guns in America, man. Okay? So again, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. See that? Invading one another, man. They shall not regard their kings nor princess. See that? They ain't going to care about this power structure. They're not going to care about the government, right? There's going to be an uprising, man. Why? Because of lack of a supply of food, okay? They're not going to be able to afford shit. They're not going to be able to get anything, man. People are going to be hungry, right? And it says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, all right? And that's going to be in Jacob's trouble, man. You know, there's going to be martial law, okay? There's going to be persecutions. There's going to be total chaos, right? It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, right? Because knowledge is going to be stability of the times, man. The only ones that are going to be moving around, you know, calmly, and I'm not saying calm because I know through the flesh we're going to be kind of nervous too, but still, the scriptures, these precepts are going to be with us. You know, Lord willing, I'm part of that number, right? And it's going to stabilize us, you know, to a point where we don't commit mistakes. Why? Because the Lord is going to be guiding us, right? And it says, and men shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it don't matter if you grew up with this person for 20 years or you guys were neighbors for 30 years and, you know, you guys were always barbecuing, taking trips, all right? Hey, Johnny and Lisa are coming over today with their kids, you know, get a 24-pack, you know, we're going to play horse on the back. It don't matter how many times you did that shit. On that day, that's not going to matter. Okay, you're just going to be thinking about what does he have for me to feed my family, right? What does he have for me to survive? Okay? And you're not going to find shit. Everybody's going to be hungry. Everybody's going to be empty, man. Why? Because the scripture says that my servant shall eat, but you shall hunger. So on that day when you go into your neighbor's house, he's going to be in the same predicament as you. Okay? Why? Because you didn't serve the Lord. You didn't turn back, right? Time is almost up and you still out there fucking around, Jake. You still worrying about P. Diddy, right? When the real shit is going on behind your back. And you're not regarding it, right? That's why my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That's why on that day you're going to be destroyed as well, man. The Lord going to reject you and your children. You see? We're trying to bring it out for you, but you're out there mocking us, right? Making TikTok videos, all right? Hey, the angels are recording all that. Because in the day that these things come, you're going to be mocked. You're going to be laughed at. That I told you so moment, right? So this is where we at now, man. This is where we at, man. The prophecy is playing out, right? And there's no time to be fucking around no more, man. There's a time to get right with the Lord. And if you're with the Lord, there's a time to hold on even tighter and keep pushing, you know? So, Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom. Abba, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.